Alright guys, I'm over here at my compost pile of sorrow. Never a good thing. Got home from work today and I found this. So, it was raining yesterday, the day before, and then last night cold front moved in. So I'm not quite sure what killed this one. Buzzards hadn't even got to it. No signs of scours, so I'm going to assume that it was related to the cold. It's number 39's calf, so this one's a week or so old. Maybe 2 weeks now, I'll have to check. But I wouldn't have expected this one to have any problems with the cold. Usually once they're a week or two old, they're pretty resilient. So I think what I'm going to do is I've brought a good knife out here with me, and I'm going to cut it open. I want to look at its lungs. So when I was in high school, I had a pretty good biology teacher, and he knew a goat farmer. And whenever they would have a bunch of kids die, he would save them and freeze them, and then we would dissect them and figure out why they died. So you could tell if they had died from scours, they would have their intestines would be all bloated up. This one I can already tell you that's not the case. And if they died from pneumonia, you'd be able to see it in their lungs. It'd have like kind of some mottled spots on it. So I still remember what that looked like, and we're going to cut this one open, look at its lungs, and see if I can tell what killed it. So I'm going to suspect probably pneumonia, and then with that cold moving in, probably just laid down and got hypothermic and died. So, and then we'll put it in the compost pile once I figured out what's going on. I may not be able to tell anything, we'll see, but might as well look, I guess. So, kind of a bummer. Already went out and looked at the rest of them. Everything else looks fine so far. I'll go back out and check on them better after I'm done over here. But bummer of a Monday again. Seems like is this the second Monday in a row I've come out and found a dead calf. I think it is. Sucks. This will be 7th calf I've lost. So, alright, let's get into it and see what's going on. Alright, this next part's going to be kind of graphic. So, if you're queasy or don't want to see the inside of a calf, I'll give you just a second here to look away. This is going to be the end of this video, so if you don't want to see it, go ahead and turn it off. Okay, so I don't even have to take the lungs out. See that discoloration, and then like this right here, where it's real dark. That's not blood from me cutting it open. That's just in the lung tissue. And you can see, I don't know how well you can tell, but there's kind of just like some holes, like some soft spots in the lungs there, and just all that discoloration. It should be real uniform. You can see all these kind of blotchy spots here. Can you see those? Like this area here. So that's indicative. There you can see kind of, it's almost like it's bruised, and it basically is, right? Because bruising is just hemorrhaging underneath the skin, and this is basically hemorrhaging inside the lungs. So that's pretty indicative of pneumonia, I think. Not an expert, of course, just based off what I remember from biology class. And that was 10 years ago. But particularly in these lower areas of the lungs, that's where you see it. And it's probably hard to tell on camera, but I'll kind of pull it out here. See that right there? That's kind of more what the lungs should look like. There, that's what they should look like compared to this. So, and this down in these lower lobes. The bigger upper areas up here weren't quite as affected yet. But I'm going to say that's likely the problem here. So this one had pneumonia. I didn't catch it, didn't get it treated in time. Pneumonia acts fast on young calves. If you don't catch it within a day or two, you lose them. So with it raining the last 2 days and being real miserable, they all act kind of funny anyhow. And so it makes it particularly hard to treat because they're all pissed off and miserable about getting rained on. And then we had that big cold front move through, dropped down almost freezing last night, not quite. And so he probably just laid down. Now, if we hadn't had that, with it not raining today, I might have could have recognized the symptoms this afternoon and still saved it. But that's probably maybe 3 days of pneumonia. I don't know how to tell how extensive that is. I know that it looks like signs of pneumonia, but I can't tell how far that's progressed, how long that took. I don't have any reference, so probably not more than a day, 2 days, maybe 3. But today I think probably would have been the 3rd day. Kind of unfortunate. So I'm probably going to keep going. I'll pull its heart out and see what that looks like, and look at the other lung as well. But that's what I was expecting to find. So that's a bummer. So we'll go get a really good check on all the rest of them, see if any other ones have any signs of pneumonia. And if so, I'll probably try and get them treated. So that's it for now. Just want to show you guys this. I may add one more clip if I find another one that gets treated, just to show you that. And maybe I can kind of show you what some of those symptoms look like if I happen to find one. But that'll be it for this one. See you guys later. One more thought while I'm here. Whenever I give antibiotics, I give it to them in their neck, but I administer it subcutaneously. So I just thought I'd point that out. This right here, this is the subcutaneous tissue. So there's all this kind of, stretchy, kind of sticky stuff. That's the tissue that connects their muscles and skeleton to their skin. And so I give it in their neck, not here, but this is the tissue that I'm actually injecting that into. So kind of interesting. And then from here, this is all has a lot of water in it, and it's real permeable. So anything that I inject in here can very quickly be absorbed into the bloodstream without actually having to stick it in a vein, which I'm not qualified to do. But since I had it open, just kind of you can actually see that's the type of tissue that I'm injecting my antibiotics into. So I did cut the rest of its lungs out. Its heart looked normal as far as I can tell, but both the lungs were just ate up with what I'm assuming is pneumonia. So there's a couple respiratory diseases they can get, but with the weather cycling between hot and cold the way it has been, pneumonia is a problem. So common one. So all right, let's bury this one in the hay.